Okay, uh, I think it's time to start. Uh, um, um, I will have this online lesson today here in at my home office, and I have every Monday a day during my schedule, so I can stay here at my home. So this environment is my some kind of library during Mondays, and uh, I mostly try to record these lessons. Uh, so so if you are not able to join online class or campus class, you will get those lessons from records, and they will be, those links to those recordings will be added in the Moodle, so you can watch them when you can. um, I'm not sure how many I have met by this online class, but I will introduce myself. My name is Juhani Paananen. I try to pronounce it so clearly. Juhani is my first name, and Paananen is surname, family name. Juhani I think it is some kind of Finnish version of the English name John. In Finland we have Juhani or Juho or Juha, which all are some kind of forms of uh, the name John. Juhani, it is written. Um, I hope that in the before this online classes start, uh, you all are free to open your microphone and introduce yourself, so that I could learn to how to pronounce your names. I wrote to that chat there that I have, as a Finn, we are not used such kind of names that I see you many of you have, for example, so long names which are quite hard to understand how to pronounce them. But I'd like to learn somehow to say. I'm sorry if I never learn to say your name correctly, but I try my best. Uh, I will show you. Wait a minute. I check if this works. I guess you can see. I hope you can see my hand moving there right now. Is that so? I have little problems with my home office. Yeah, thank you. Mostly during my lessons, I will use this documentary camera, and I will give some examples of mathematics in this paper, and I record uh, this view from my papers, and those will be in YouTube videos. So to YouTube I don't record your names or your pictures which are shown in Teams. In YouTube we only have this kind of view there. I hope everything goes okay. There sometimes are problems with these recordings, but and it is quite a long time I've done this earlier, but I think it is quite important to get a possibility to watch and join the online course, even though you have no possibility to be in the right time in the right place. During first days, it was Friday on 5th September, we made this math skills test. I know that not everyone has done that test, but it's not problem actually. I have gotten answers from, I think it was 35 persons, 35 students who made this test, and I got quite a good view about the mathematical knowledge level at this point. And it's the spread is quite big. There was 26 questions in this test. Most of them were these some kind of basic calculation rules. So there was 20 problems of calculation rules, and then there was 6 problems concerning triangle, rectangular triangle, or right angle triangle, the same triangle. And some of the students who made this test got almost 100% correctly. 20, I'm not sure if I remember correct, nobody got 26 totally correctly, but almost 26. There were quite a many which got over 20 points from this test. But then there was quite a many who did not get. I don't think there was 0 points at all, but only a couple of points, and this is quite usual in the beginning of mathematical studies. Many have written to me that it has been very long time when they have used mathematics or calculated these kind of problems. It may be 5 years or 10 years or even more. So it is understandable that things have been forgotten, and this is every day. I don't call it problem. It is a reality that we have to live. So this means that during these couple of 2, maybe 3 weeks in the beginning of this course, we will use it some kind of refreshment course or refresher course, in which we will go through these basic rules to calculate, and after a couple of weeks we will start going forward. So if you think that your knowledge is good enough, feel free to not to join the class. I don't. It is okay for me, but I hope you will watch those videos somehow still, even though you don't join the class, because I will try to. It is not teaching Finnish for you, but it is teaching some words which you find in Finnish mathematical texts or even in texts in technology. So I think it is good to learn to somehow understand some Finnish, and mathematics is a good way to teach Finnish or learn Finnish, because even though I would have written these questions in Finnish, I am quite sure that you or everyone would have understood what to do there. So it is mathematics is so universal language, so you don't need so good understanding of the language in which those problems are written. And I sometimes give Finnish translations for words. You don't. I don't. You are not permission to. Oh, how do you say? I don't want. You don't need to study Finnish for me. It is you can use English, and I try to uh, arrange this course so that you can handle with English. But uh, I am very interested in languages, even though I don't speak so many languages myself. Only English and some German, and no, well, Swedish I know quite well, and Finnish is my native language. But still, I'm so happy to see so many students from that kind of area of the earth that I have no idea of those languages which you are speaking. And I'm very happy that some of you have even um, in first emails they have sent given me some words in their own language, and please do that every time when you get a email contact for me. Uh, One thing I have to tell that I mostly use WhatsApp application by when I give um, some kind of quick help for problems students give me or ask me. But right now I have some kind of, actually today I started to get some problems with my WhatsApp. I mostly don't use WhatsApp with my phone, mobile phone, but with my computer, and this computer applications doesn't work right now. So I hope it will be okay. And firstly, I will start going through these uh, exercises which we did on Friday, or somebody made those during Saturday or even Sunday, and I think to this morning I have also got some answers. And I don't go those problems in this order, but I will go them in that order in which they have been most simplest in this first test you made. Actually, this problem one was got the highest percentages of the right answers, but after that it is not in this order. Those are not in the order of hardness or easiness. And let's start. I'll take paper there, and I'll start this first problem. One point first. I many times mark my exercises with the beginning letter T1. It is a habit which comes from Finnish language. This T comes from Finnish word tehtävä. It is same as exercise or problem. Tehtävä. And that's why I don't even think that it comes naturally for me. So if you think what does that T letter there mean? And there was this problem was simplify the expression, and there is first Finnish actually mathematical words, this simplify, I will write it in Finnish there. Sievennä, this means simplify. If you see these words, tehtävä, so you know that it is some kind of exercise or problem, and then if you see this word sievennä, it means simplify. Actually, sievä is a Finnish word which means cute or nice, and sievennä is to make more cute if we translate it. I don't know the words in English. Sorry. Yes, but in this problem we have this kind of expression. And expression, by the way, here you see this word expression. In Finnish it is lauseke. This means expression. There are not so many words you need to understand in Finnish in mathematics, actually. So most are very you don't have to teach to say it, but if you see that word, maybe it's helpful if you understand that. And this was a problem which was most easy during this first test. Almost everyone, 86%, could do this on Friday or yesterday or Saturday. So here I usually do this by with the help of parentheses. I put these parentheses, those are in Finnish sulku. Sulku. I don't remember. Is it parenthesis? Parenthesis. I don't remember the correct writing. And then I usually take those factors away. So everyone has this B letter here, and then I only pick those factors there inside these parentheses, sulkujen sisälle inside the parentheses. So there is -6, -4, +9, -2, and this is mostly the origin of error. These are many times, I think everyone almost or could calculate this problem, but those errors which came, I think mostly came from this point where you can't see the factor. So you only need to remember that if you don't see the factor in front of this letter, it is either 1 or -1. So here there is minus, so it is -1, this factor, and then there is +8. And then this is simple mathematics. After this, of course, this is also a simple problem, but now we only calculate this. Somebody wants to calculate firstly those positive numbers. There is 9 and 8 that becomes 17, and then there is -6 minus 10, 12, 13. minus 13b. So this is 4b, the correct answer. And it was 86% of attendances who made this test, who made it correctly. And I think almost everyone, this 14%, I think the mistake was mostly this here. After this, this was problem 1. After this, the second easiest in this point of studies was 17. So it really is not in the order of easiness. There is 17. This is solving problem, a simple first degree, first order equation. And let's solve that. 17. Solve variable x from the equation, and then there you see this, that equation. I will write it here. Ten x minus 3 equals minus 7x plus 9. By the way, numbers, I think you have some kind of Finnish course also. Numbers in Finnish. This is number 1, it is yksi. This is 17. 17. When learning numbers, it is easiest to learn those first couple of numbers, and these always are harder, those numbers over 10. 17. This was problem which was solved correctly 74% of students. So almost about 3 from 4 could do this at this first time. There are, I think, many ways to solve these problems. I think the most correct way would be to sorry, I have to have a little break. I'll stop this recording. Wait a minute. Okay, let's start again. Yes, I noticed that there were some requests from to join the class, and I think now it's okay. Sorry, this is problems that sometimes when we start these kind of online lessons, you have problems to get those at the attendance and joining okay, but I hope now yes, I will quickly go through this first problems. I am going through these exercises which we made during this math skills test on Friday, and I will go through those in this first place in the order of easiness. So this first problem 1 was a problem which was calculated correctly from 86% of students, and I will record all these lessons. So if you were not able to join in the beginning, so you may watch these video recordings later. So I hope that helps. I'm sorry that someone wasn't able to join in the beginning. So I have only have made through this first problem here, and now I'm starting this problem, second problem, which was the number 17 from this skills test. And so here was the problem. And the way how to solve this equation is or there are many ways. One maybe mathematically correct way is to add or subtract numbers or expressions from both sides of the equations. So for example, this -3 here, if we add 3 plus 3 to both sides of these equations, these 3's will be cancelled out. So for example, it is okay to do this kind of thing. I add here 3 and I add here 3. I can do it because if I do the same thing for both sides of the equation. And also I can here we have -7 times x. I can do such thing that I add 7x to both sides of equation. So what happens actually? These 3's here, there is -3 and +3, they cancel out, and here we have -7 times x and +7 times x, they also cancel out. So what is left? There is only left 10x and +7x to the left hand side of the equation. And here in the right hand side, these x's are cancelled, so there are only 9 plus 3 in the right hand side. Well, I think this way to solve the problem is the correct way, but I think almost nobody does that kind of things when they solve these problems. If you watch this first equation and this second equation here, you see that actually this -3 has been written to the right hand side of the equation with opposite sign, and when here it was minus, here it is plus. And the same happens to this -7x. It is written in the left hand side of the equation and the sign has been changed. And this is the way how usually people solve these problems. They don't do this intermediate states there, but they rewrite right after when they see this equation, they write this second row. And after this there is 10 and 7, so it is 17x, the same number as the problem. And there is 9 plus 3, it's 12. Some students who made this problem 17 in this test left the solving in this to this row, so it was not solved to the end. At this point we usually do the thing that we want to have this x not 17x, but only x to the left-hand side of the equation. And we get that by dividing of this, dividing by this factor of x. Now it is 17, so we divide this equation by 17. So there only will be after this x equals 12 divided by 17. Some students in this first test had this almost correctly. They understood how to solve the problem, but in this last stage, they made a mistake. They divided 17 by 12, so it was in different order. If you are not sure, and this is the case in quite many equations which have to be solved, that there are in some kind of way a form in this equation that there are some numbers or some letters multiplied in either side of the equation, and then there is a number or letter in the other side of equation. And when you have to solve this kind of problems, it is many times easy to compare it with a very easy multiplication. For example, 2 multiplied by 3 equals 3. 6. Sorry, it was not it was not so easy for me. 2 times 3 equals 6. And if you compare this with this equation, 17 times x equals 12. And now you have this x here, and in this upper equation you have 3 in the same place. If you don't remember what to do in this equation, so try to think what happens to 3 in this equation. So if you have 3 here, you just think what you have to do with 6 and 2 to get 3. And quite soon you understand and remember that you have to divide 6 by 2. So you get this here by dividing this here by this. So if that is correct with this simple equation, it must be correct also with this equation. So 3 you get by dividing right hand side from by the factor of the left hand side. So here also the same. X you get by dividing 12 by 70. This is quite simple rule which is which could be taught to very small children also, but many times mathematics rules are simple. You don't have to think any harder than like this kind of problems. You have you have had possibility to solve even when you were during your school days. Okay, 17 was that kind of problem. And then after this, the next easiest problem. Oh, I seem to not have in the correct order this. I noticed that there is problem 2 was actually easier than this. I don't know. I don't have in the correct order this, but it is not. It mostly is in this order. This problem 2 was a problem where you had to simplify this expression. This is almost actually the same problem as in problem 1, but there are parentheses and minus signs in front of parentheses. So that makes some problem, and there is this minus signs gives the origin of error easily. So you have to be very careful here. So simplify the expression sievennä lauseke in Finnish. Let's write that here. 2x minus 4y plus 5z minus 7x minus z minus parenthesis 3z minus 2y plus 2x. In Finnish, in Finnish we did you hear my voice? I'm sorry. In Finnish we call this letter X and this letter Y and this letter Z. X, Y, Z. When we start solving this or simplifying this, we have these parentheses, as I said, and there are minus sign in front of those parentheses. Yes, there was a question in this chat box. There were no recordings in this first lessons on Friday. So this is the first recording which comes from this lesson. Actually, there was not any lessons in the first time. Only we made this skills test. Sorry if I don't always remember to read those chat texts there, but I think I now I have answered. And this minus sign in front of parentheses, that makes the same as multiplying by -1. Multiplying by -1 means that the signs are changing. So if you multiply this expression here inside of these parentheses by -1, so there will be different signs here. If you have plus here and minus here, so you get minus here and plus here. And the same goes here. So here we have also minus sign, and so it will change all signs inside the parentheses. So here will be minus, here plus, and here minus. If there is plus sign in front of parentheses, nothing happens. So if, for example, you have here plus sign, it is the same as you don't have these parentheses at all. You can take them just away. They are unnecessary there. So let's write this. This first goes by copying, and these other here which are inside these parentheses will change their signs. So there will be -7x plus z, and this minus also change those signs. So there will be 3z plus 2y minus 2x. Numbers in Finnish: kaksi, 2 is kaksi, yksi is 1, and 2 is 2. These problems which I am going through are from this math skills test, which will be found in Moodle. There is PDF file there, and there is this problem collection. I will go through these problems in the beginning of this course. If you watch this video recording later, so sometimes I may answer the questions I've been sent via chat box in Teams. So if you hear me answering the questions, which nobody seems to be saying, so it's because of that chat box. And it's of course I'm very glad that there have been some questions there. I try to answer those questions all the time when as soon as I see those questions there. And after this, I would say I'd do this with the same way as this problem 1. So I will collect these letters there and put these parentheses, sulku in Finnish, and then I will calculate it forward. So here I find 3 letters x, y, z, x, y, z, and I put these parentheses here. There will be something inside these. Here another, this needs not to be in alphabetical order. I usually write those in alphabetical order. So in this problem there are x, y, z in this order, but it is not necessary. You can write them in any order you like. So I will try to find every x's here. So here we have x, here we have x, and here we have x. And so the factors from x's there are 2, -7, and -2. And then I make the same thing for y's. Y letter there are here and here. I use some kind of markings with my pencil, so I find those later. Yes, there were some questions there also. Thank you for those advices. I will take them account and add some material to Moodle after when I have time. So I will take those account. Yes, that's good. From these y factors, there are only 2. There is -4 and +2. In Finnish, we usually say those minus and plus. Minus is minus and plus is plus. And then we have this last letter. There are 5 there. And here is also the origin of possible error. This letter with no factors in front of it. But always remember that if you only have one letter with no number in front of it, that number is 1 or -1. It depends on which sign there is. So here the factor in front of Z letter is +1. +1, +1. Oh, sorry, there is also this -3. I forgot, almost forgot that. And of course you have to check that you have not made mistake and go through again that you have collected numbers correctly to this line here, and I think they are correct, hopefully. And then we calculate what comes inside of parentheses. There are 2 minus 2, they cancel out, so there is only -7x. Then we have here -4 plus 2, it's -2y, and then 6 minus 3 is 3, and it is +3. If you notice that I made an error, it is possible, because these problems, they are quite easy. I think many of you have found this problem also already easy, but mistakes can be done, and I'm sure that in that test this was 79%, so about 4 from the 5 students could do this totally correctly in this first test. As I guess I wrote in the email that in this test the those points you got there, if you got 0 point, it doesn't mean that you couldn't solve that problem at all. Probably you could do that almost correctly. It can mean that you had this line correctly and these two correctly, but this last one was wrong. So there may be, for example, 4z, and I give that from that test. In that test I give 0 points, but remember that this is only a skills test. It is not for your you don't these course points, those are any points for this course we are having right now. It's only the skills test in the beginning of the studies. So there is number 2 here, and the next one is 14, problem 14, and it is I would say that 14 is the simplest problem in this test, but it is quite usual that in this first time you make this test. I have done this test many times for students, and it is quite usual that in this first time you make mistakes, and it is quite usual that in this first time you get for example half point, 0.5 points from this question, and that means that you haven't simplified it to the end. But let's see how it could be solved. What was the number? It was 14. find pen which is not so dry. So this was simplify the expression. So 3 divided by 7 divided by 6 divided by 3. This is some kind of special case, this problem here. Of course, you could see here that there are 6 divided by 3. You could divide those. So this comes 2. 6 divided by 3 equals 2. But I will solve this with a universal way, which helps every time you see this kind of problem. And there are many ways to do this, but I myself like the way to solve it like this. You have here fraction 3 divided by 7. By the way, fraction in Finnish, let's write it there. This kind of word murtoluku, this is the same as fraction. Murto in Finnish, it means like breaking. It is like, and luku is number. Murtoluku, break number which have been broken. And it is like this. 7 is divided by 7. So, 3 is divided by 7. So 3 is divided to 7 pieces. So it's some kind of breaking to parts. So we have this 3 divided by 7, and then I do this kind of thing. Here you have this division mark or division sign, 2 points. We'll change it multiplication point here, 2 points to 1 point. But if I do that kind of thing, I have to change the order from this fraction. So this 3 comes to top and 6 goes to bottom. I think this is most easiest way to solve this fraction of fractions, fraction divided by another fraction. And after this, we have 2 fractions. You may multiply these top numbers, and you may multiply these bottom numbers. But I don't do that yet, but I write this like this. So we have only one line here, division line here. And after this, of course, you could calculate 3 times 3 equals 9 and 7 times 6 equals 42. But that is not a good way to solve this, because you don't get the most simplified form with that. By that, it is easier to simplify this by noticing that these are numbers which are divisible by 3. So you may take this away and put 1, and here you divide this by 3, you get 2. And this is a way to get a more simply fraction number quite easily. Now I will write this intermediate form here, 3 times 1 and 7 times 2. Of course, you can calculate the final answer from this point already. but here you get 3 and here you get 14. So this is the final form of this problem, 3 divided by 14. And in this test you didn't need to take any decimal values of these fractions. Of course, mostly in technical mathematics, you after this you watch from your calculator. Oh, sorry, what's your calculator, and you get a decimal value of that 0.214. But in this test, this is enough. You don't need to go any further. Yes, I think I am having a break. Let's have a 15-minute break now. I will have some technical issues here during that. Let's have a 15 minutes break.